Alright, Return of the Living Dead, Rave to the Grave. The fifth and final entry in this Return of the Living Dead block of reviews I've been doing. Okay? And this one is where the comedy truly returns. Alright? The other one I didn't care for. This one takes place right after it with the same characters, same cast. Well, the ones that survived. Like, it picks up right where it left off. Peter Coyote, for half a blip, is there because he's in a truck like he was before, driving off. He makes a deal to sell his trioxins, and it goes south because it always does in these movies. It always does. It be in some confined area, talk about trioxin. There's a demonstration. Shit is the fan every time. And so it's there for Coyote, and then his nephew Julian from the other movie as well finds out, goes back to their house they were living in, goes through the stuff, and finds a canister or two of trioxin. Takes it back to the college where he's now at. He graduated high school. Him and Cody from the other movie and Becky, my favorite character from the other movie, they're all going to the same college, which was actually set up in the previous movie. So that, and Cody runs tests on it, and he finds out that it has similar properties to ecstasy. So trioxin can get you nice and fucked up. And so Cody and not Julian, but his girlfriend's brother, this DJ dude, I don't know his name. Jeremy, there it is. They make pills out of this trioxin and start selling them, and everything for this rave that they're working on. Hence the title "Rave to the Grave," which, by the way, the hell is Stoner dude's name? Jeremy. That's his catchphrase. Like, there's a scene where it's like, "Hell yeah, we're gonna rave to the grave," and he says, "I'm like, okay, that's the movie," but then he keeps saying it throughout the movie. And he's not the only one. Remember in the other review where I said, as much as I like Becky, like I didn't like when she called dude skank out of nowhere. Apparently that's her thing now. Like she called these two dudes skank. Okay. And Becky, my favorite character from the previous movie, the one character I could actually stand from the previous movie. Poor Becky. Like, early on she's scratched, and that's when she calls dude a skank. They're zombies. And she's in a car with her boyfriend, and it's the reverse of what happened before, where her dude in that movie was turned to a zombie, started saying all this stuff, and she's like, "Shut up, skank." And then, this time around, she's turned to a zombie, and her dude takes her to like a spot, whatever. And I don't know how she got this logic. I don't know what she's like, brains, and so she starts eating his dick out, and he thinks she's sucking his dick right. But then you hear a crunch and he's screaming. Poor Becky. That's even later on, her and her dude are zombified. They're officially taken out by the two best characters in this whole movie. I miss Becky, but these two replaced with agents, man. Gino and Yanda.
What do you think?
What do I think? I think this boy knows exactly what it is we are looking for. And we are gonna follow his every move. But first, we go get Krispy Kreme.
Aldo, of Gino and Aldo. They are the best part, they're the funniest part of this movie. And when they take her out, they summarize my words exactly, and I'll play the clip.
Figaro, son qua, hey, Figaro, son qua, Figaro qua, Figaro là, Figaro qua, Figaro là, Figaro su, Figaro giù, Figaro su, Figaro giù, pronto prontissimo.
Bullshit.
Okay? Yeah. 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 And so that's how the zombies are made in this one. And the particular canister that Julian took happens to contain the motherfucking tar man. And he had one hell of a return. It was actually kind of freaky. And then he spends the rest of the movie trying to hitchhike to the Rave with a sign, Rave or Bust. And people, they scream at him because obviously. So, great return, but then wasted. But it is played by the same dude from the first movie, so. This movie is crazy. The comedy is mostly good. And my goodness, the characters from the previous movie, Julian and Cody, that I didn't like before, I've grown to like Julian. Cody's still, he's supposed to be the smartest one, and he's, yeah. Becky, poor Becky, I love Becky. The music this time around, while I like it, I cannot tell you who it is. In the other movie, they had like Alice Cooper, Power Man 5000, Godsmack. I got no fucking idea who these people this music is. Like, I don't know. It looks better than the previous one. It does. The acting is better, but not by much. But that's okay. That's how these movies are. Most of them. 3 is just. But yeah, the acting is better than before. So, but it's fine because the way it is, like with the 2 agents. Like, wow. Yeah, I think that's all I have for this one. Yeah, oh, yeah, the cover of this movie. That's basically most of this movie. While the other one was pretty liberal with the F-bombs and language, this one's pretty liberal with the titties. There's a lot of titties. It's a rave. Oh, and because it's a rave, there is a scene with strobe lights or flashing lights, whatever, about an hour and a half in, like in 1 hour, 20 minutes in. So there's a warning. So yeah. Oh, and after that scene is where we get the payoff to, oh yeah, Julian's girl's brother, who tests out the trioxide when they get it from the canister. But it's pink in there, and he tests it out, he gets good on the crazy trip. The payoff to that, they were trying to do emotional, but once again, Julian's getting his ass whipped in a fist fight by a zombie. Once again, the zombie's blocking it, combinations. Now he's throwing him against it. Like, what? That's 2 movies now. Julian got his ass whipped by a zombie. One could argue the previous time, you know, those dudes were kind of military before, so maybe it was muscle memory. This fucking dude's a straight up druggie. Not a very bright one either. Also, there's this drug dealer walking around who's kind of like Angel, but not only does he use drugs, not only does he sell drugs, he uses them. And also, he has an accent. Like, a lot of these were filmed overseas, or say like in Ukraine or somewhere. So, yeah. And then there's this character who I feel like this special note. He reminds me of Adam Goldberg from the Goldbergs. Like, he's him but taller and in college. Like, he's awesome. Some of the good lines. Yeah, that's all I have. I mean, yeah, thank you for watching. And watch this one. If you marathon these movies, 4 only exists to set up this one. You power through that to get this one. This one references the previous ones, but oh yeah, it does, because the ending, it's kind of a reference to the end of the first movie, but nowhere near as dark. Okay, so yeah. The military. I always talk about the military in these movies. The first one, damn, It was dark. The second one, they were there, kind of helpful, kind of badass. It's kind of funny. The third one, they kind of caused a problem, but they did contain it. Kind of like they contained it, but the ending wasn't necessarily a good one. And then in the fourth one, Hyber or whatever this crap, it was sort of kind of military. It was so dumb. The SWAT team had to show up to save them. This one, the military does show up. They do save the day. And there are a few casualties. Yeah, so they're not really the good guys here either. Oh, and there's a theme of this movie, which I didn't talk about that before because there wasn't one in the fourth one. If there were, in this one, the theme is vegetarianism and how meat is bad, which I find hilarious. So hilarious, given the kind of movie this is, right? So hilarious. Anyway, I think that's all I have. Thank you for watching.